Good morning, everyone. I'm David Volkman. I'm the Executive Deputy Secretary at the Pennsylvania Department of Education, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all this morning to the Keystone Awards of Excellence for our finalists from across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. On behalf of the Governor, Tom Wolf, and our Secretary of Education, Pedro Rivera, we also want to congratulate these finalists because we know that basically they have done a phenomenal job in each of their buildings, and probably through their work, many lives have breathed easier. So congratulations to everyone. I would like to start by introducing our finalists, their student presenters, and the school administrators who are accompanying them this morning. And please forgive me if I butcher any names. I will do my very best not to do that. The first individual we have is Amber Z. Chulifolio from Freedom High School, and she is from the Bethlehem Area School District. The student presenter is Jared Dowling, an 11th grader, and the administrator is Maureen Leeson, the assistant principal at Freedom High School. Next, we have Ken Herman from M.M. Saylor Elementary School in the Penridge School District. The student presenter is Garrett McKenzie, a 7th grader, and the administrator is Miles Rowe, the principal of M.M. Saylor Elementary School. Next, we have Anne Delahante Franzosa from the Hazleton Township Early Learning Center in the Hazleton Area School District. And the student presenter is Isabel Amali, a 3rd grader. The administrator is Phil Latella, the principal of the Hazleton Township Early Learning Center. Next, we have Brian Hastings from the Spring Grove Area School District, Spring Grove Area High School. Student presenter is Kyle Abrams, a junior at York College. The administrator is Dr. David Renault, Superintendent, Spring Grove Area School District. Next, we have Wade Owlett from the Clarkwood Elementary School in the Northern Tioga School District. The student presenter is Jalen Butler in 5th grade, and the administrator is Jess Millard, the principal of the Clarkwood Elementary School. Next, we have Maiken Poorman from Bellefonte Area High School in the Bellefonte Area School District. The student presenter is Gretchen Little, a 12th grader. The administrator is Dr. Michelle Saylor, the superintendent of the Bellefonte Area School District. Next, we have Marilyn Pryle, Abington Heights High School, Abington Heights School District. The presenter is Fatih Naeem, 11th grade, and that the administrator with them is Andrew Snyder, the principal of the Abington Heights High School. Next, we have Jada Pugalis. Jada Pugalis is a teacher at the Andrew Jackson Elementary School in the School District of Philadelphia. The student presenter is Dabani Rosen, a 6th grader. The administrator is Kelly Espinoza, principal of the Andrew Jackson Elementary School. Next, we have Tsunade Roberts. Tsunade is a teacher at the Harrisburg High School, the Sci-Tech High campus in the Harrisburg School District. The student presenter is Philman Cassette, a 10th grader, and the administrator is Dr. Saida Champon, the principal of Sci-Tech campus. Next, we have Uriah Sampson from the Titusville High School in the Titusville Area School District. The student presenter is Gabriella Keebler, a 2018 graduate of Titusville High School, and the administrator is Phil Knapp, principal of Titusville High School. Next, we have Maria Vita from the Penn Manor High School in the Penn Manor School District. The student presenter is Grace Ryan, a sophomore at Millersville University, accompanied by the administrator, Dr. Mike Leichleiter, the superintendent of the Penn Manor School District. And finally, we have Brian Wargo from Freedom Area High School in the Freedom Area School District. The student presenter is Cole Skuse, an 11th grader, and he's accompanied by two administrators from Freedom Area High School, Jeff Four and Stephen Mott. So please join me in giving yet another round of applause to the finalists, some of the finest teachers in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Good morning. I'm Nick Blanche. I work at the Pennsylvania Department of Education and Division of Planning. I am the coordinator for teacher recognition programs, which is what brings us here today on just a beautiful, exciting day for all of us here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on the Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year Award program. The National State Teacher of the Year program identifies and honors exemplary teaching and classroom practices across the Commonwealth. It annually recognizes a professional who inspires students of all backgrounds and abilities to learn, has the respect and admiration of students, parents, and colleagues, plays an active and useful role in both the school and community, and is poised, articulate, and possesses the energy to withstand a taxing schedule. The Pennsylvania chapter of the National Teacher of the Year began in 1995. The chapter, who behind us are a few of the members, Angela Homan, Laura O'Brien, Cindy Olendyke, and Michelle Swatala are out here somewhere as well, do a bulk of that great work that brings us here today. And of course, with us on the stage is Jennifer Wall, the 2018 Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year as well. The chapter works closely with PDE to support the program by providing services to select and honor this year's Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year, who is among us today. The State Teacher of the Year must be an exceptionally dedicated, knowledgeable, and skilled teacher from any state-approved or accredited public school, pre-kindergarten through grade 12, who is planning to continue in active teaching status. I'm going to now introduce the student presenters who will share a little bit about each finalist for the Teacher of the Year. Introducing Amber Z. Shafulio is Jared Dowling, 11th grade. Thank you, Jared. Introducing Ken Herman is Garrett McKenzie, 7th grade student.
My brain started freaking out, thinking, what is wrong with this guy? This is not time for jokes. Why isn't he giving us homework yet? Where's the bathroom? Now I have to look up. I just looked up. Now I'm smiling at me. What is going on? And as I looked around, I could see the same confusion on my classmates' faces, and Mr. Herman just stood at the front room grinning. All of this took place in the space of a couple seconds, and yet still it captures the essence of this amazing teacher. He's not afraid to show you that school is a place for jokes and laughter, and you don't even need to compromise your grade. Mind blown. At about the middle of the year, he wanted a grant that he was going to use to buy technology materials for the classroom. We got some bots, pretty cool, and a coding kit called Bloxels. The main item, though, was a 3D printer, and the class loved it. So we did some stuff with it, and then we faced the problem of buying more film for it. Let's just say Mr. Herman wasn't exactly keen on pulling out his own walls all the time. So we put the class up to figuring out a solution. We started a business selling 3D printed keychains, and it worked like a charm. And that was over 2 years ago, and to this day, it is still going strong. I could. Sorry, I'm a wreck. Mr. Herman did amazing things while I was in his class. He had the girls stand on desks and throw paper balls at the boys to show the advantages of higher ground in combat situations. He had a splendid Bruce and do a reenactment of what it would have been like if we settled in the New World. He was Chief Herman during this since he represented the natives. And then he was King Herman during the American Revolution unit, which he eventually provoked the class to revolt and fight for freedom, but that's not a very long story. And still, he's only gotten better, doing more and more with technology, a flexible classroom setup, which I can't even begin to explain, being the supervisor for a weekly student-run newscast, and so much more. And despite not even telling you about all this, I think you guys get the point. Mr. Herman is an amazing teacher, and without a doubt deserves his place at this ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Herman.
Thank you, Garrett. Introducing Anne Delahanty Franzosa is Isabella Moley.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Isabella Molly. Thank you for the chance to tell you about my favorite teacher, Mrs. Franzosa. They say a great teacher can inspire hope, spark imagination, and foster a love for learning. I cannot think of a better way to describe Mrs. Franzosa. She is such a wonderful teacher. The way she teaches helped me not only to learn the lessons, but also to remember them. I was always involved with learning in her class. She made learning fun for everyone. STEM was such a huge part of learning in her classroom. We did so much hands-on learning to really understand what she taught. so many activities, but I want to tell you about my favorite one. It was the holiday season, and my class was reading so many gingerbread man books. And we didn't want him to be eaten at the end. We wanted him to get across the river, and he needed a boat to get there. So she encouraged us to come up with a new ending to the story. She taught us how to think like engineers, so we could design a boat for the gingerbread man to get across the river so that he wouldn't be eaten by the big bad wolf. I was able to put my own ideas into action through building and writing. It was really fun. Mrs. Mendoza also taught me how to become a great writer and reader. I only say everything I learned was in first grade. She taught me more than just reading, writing, and math. She helped me learn how to have confidence in myself as a learner and who I am. I am so grateful for all she has done for me, and I know other students are too. When I grow up, I know I will always remember my favorite teacher, Mrs. Franzosa. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella. Introducing Brian Hastings is Kyle Abrahams, a junior at York College.
I'm not sure I can top that, so if you could join me in giving me another round of applause. She did an amazing job. Hello and good morning. My name is Kyle Abrams. I first want to start by saying that it's just an honor for me to be here representing such a deserving person, dedicated educator, and someone who I call my friend. A little bit about myself. I graduated from Spring Grove Area High School in 2015. While I was there, I competed in numerous events that Mr. Hastings coached, including Team America Rocketry Challenge, aka the tie, if you didn't notice, the NASA Student Launch Competition, and Physics Olympics, all things that Mr. Hastings coached and did so willingly. I also took honors physics and AP physics courses both taught by Mr. Hastings. I currently am a student at York College, Pennsylvania, pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering, with hopes to one day work for a top team in NASCAR. But that path just didn't make itself. It started with hard work, passion, dedication, and this overwhelming commitment to be the best that I can be. Every teacher and educator in this room is more than deserving of this award. I for sure know that. They've all made impacts on their students, teaching them what they need to grow, and they are capable of gifting their students with their grace every single day. So I'm not going to talk about how he makes the material he teaches seem easier than it actually is, or how many activities and clubs he leads and manages. Rather, I'm going to tell you the impact he made on me. If you know anything about basketball, you've heard of John Wooden, the legendary winning coach from UCLA. He made a living being a basketball coach, but there are stories of janitors singing at 8 o'clock after practice, cleaning his own gym floors with a broom. Now, he didn't have to do that, but he made an impact on his team. He showed that he cared more about his team and his own university more than his own ego. Impacts like those are not made overnight. They are gradual successions that lead to the greatest rewards. Mr. Hastings can be seen on any given night making impacts with students, leading these variety of teams and showing people that they are capable of doing things greater than they ever thought possible. I can remember one of our trips to Huntsville, Alabama as part of the NASA Student Launch Competition, where we launched a model rocket to over 1 mile. The night before our competition, I was a wreck. Up till about 12, maybe 1 in the morning. I paced back and forth, worried about the launch the next day. But Mr. Hastings didn't seem to worry. He had faith in the work of his students. He knew how much time we put into it, all the blood, sweat, tears, and late nights. And later that next day, we were crowned national champions. Mr. Hastings knows how to get the most out of his students, that's for sure. He taught a young 15, 16, 17-year-old kid that he could make it. He made this kid believe that he could follow his dream and his passion, and that he had the stuff necessary to make an impact in his life. He taught that kid that hard work is the key to success, the attitude that if you think you can do something, even if it's beyond your own knowledge, you can figure out how to achieve to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Well, if you didn't guess it, that young kid was me. The impact he has made on me is more than you will ever know. College may have grown us apart a little bit, but a bond still remains. Ooh, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. That kid who's now 21 just had the biggest interview of his life in March. The opportunity to work for a full-time NASCAR team as an engineering intern. With 3 applicants receiving interviews and only 1 applicant receiving a position, the question was asked what makes you a better pick than the other candidates. Those other candidates were from MIT and Columbia. My answer did not come back to schoolwork, projects, or test scores. Rather, I answered that this is my dream, this is my goal, and I'm going to bust my butt to make it happen. That is something he has instilled in me, the idea that hard work is this key to success, and that your actions speak louder than your words. As a newly hired intern at Store Haas Racing, I'd like to introduce you to my teacher, my educator, my coach, and my valued friend, Mr. Brian Hastings.
Thank you, Kyle. Here to introduce Wade Allett is Jalen Butler, 5th grade student.
Mr. Allett.
Thank you, Jalen. Here to introduce Mike and Poorman is Gretchen Little, 12th grade student. Thank you, Gretchen. Here to introduce Marilyn Pryal is Fatia Naeem, 11th grade.
Good morning, everyone. Last year, I had the greatest opportunity to have Mrs. Pryal as my 10th grade English teacher. And I'll never forget reading my first reading assignment in my world literature class with her. It was the Epic of Gilgamesh, and I know you guys all have that story memorized. But basically, it's a story of a ruthless king, unkind to his citizens, who ventures out of the city of Europe to discover the secret of immortality. He overcomes a plethora of obstacles to finally possess eternal life, but much to his dismay, he loses it unexpectedly. At that moment, Gilgamesh realizes that his true destiny is to rule wisely as a king, not to attain immortality. But the beauty of the story surfaces at the very end, where Gilgamesh in turn truly gains immortality through the power of storytelling. As billions of people continue to read his story to this day and relive his incredible feats and role as a great leader. And that's how Mrs. Pryal kicked off the year, thus opening my eyes to the importance of storytelling and literature in today's society. As a student in her class, there hasn't been a moment where I wasn't inspired by her. But I was especially awestruck by her emphasis on the importance of reading. I was and still am inspired by her determination to make room for reading every day. But not just read, extract a profound meaning out of a few short sentences. And I'm grateful that she passed this passion of hers on to her students. Every day we'd come into class and read our book club books for 10 minutes. And I've never felt so relaxed or focused throughout the entire school day. Mrs. Pryal emphasized that in responding to fantasy, myths, and world literature, we are responding to the one universal language, the one and only language in the world that cuts across all barriers of time, place, race, and culture, the language of books. A language that leads us beyond all boundaries and the one language of all mankind. In a time where everyone is so focused on grades, where literature is less emphasized due to advancements in technology, Mrs. Pryal has provided my classmates and me an opportunity to delve into the setting of a story and contemplate its themes, motives, morals, and teachings. Quite honestly, to have been taught by a teacher with such joy, positivity, and enthusiasm for education was a blessing in itself. It was as if each lesson she taught me had a universal meaning. As Omar Khayyam expresses in a series of poems, the Rubaiyat, Mrs. Pryal encouraged us to seize the day, also referred to as carpe diem, to enjoy life, take hold of opportunities available, and to live in the now. She took us to the war-stricken time of the gruesome Trojan War in Homer's Iliad, but within all the battles and bloodshed, Mrs. Pryal emphasized the moment where two enemies, the rageful warrior Achilles and the king Priam of Troy, mourned the loss of their loved ones. Reiterating one of the prominent themes of the Iliad, compassion and empathy, Mrs. Pryal enlightens us to show kindness and compassion to those we don't like or seem a little different than us. She challenges us to learn to coexist and empathize with those that have different ideologies, perspectives of life, and beliefs. Just as two enemies from two different sides of the war were able to do. And trust me, this is a skill we all should practice. She explains that by practicing compassion, we are able to put our differences aside and focus on our similarities, and as well as be exposed to other perspectives. Or as the 13th century Sufi poet Rumi would have said, that together we'd be able to understand the bigger picture and see the elephant in the dark. It's truly incredible how much my classmates and I learned from just a few excerpts of world literature. But a class is never as were inspired. As the ancient Greeks would have said, Mrs. Pyle, you have obtained a great deal of chaos, or glory. I mean, you have made 10th graders fall in love with reading books and have inspired the next generation of intellectuals to find meaning in life through kindness and compassion. That is a superpower in itself. A piece of your influence will be carried far and wide within your students due to your hard work and passion and your pivotal teachings who are made immortal. I have had the greatest honor to be your student. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to present such a well-deserving teacher.
Thank you, Fatia. Here to introduce Jada Puglisi is Debani Ranzan, 6th grade student.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Devani Ranzan Santa Maria, and today I am very honored to dedicate some words to Miss Jada Puglisi, my 5th grade teacher. Miss Puglisi is a very special person for me, and for sure she has left a mark in our hearts that we will never forget. Thanks for her patience, kindness, love, example, and dedication that she showed us as a teacher. And every morning I couldn't wait to learn new stuff with her. She made all of her classes an adventure for me. She also made us learn about the styles of the song. I have never met a teacher who would make learning fun for me. I remember watching her in front of the class singing and dancing while learning about the styles. And that's how you know she was a real teacher, because of that passion that she showed towards us. And sometimes I didn't really look at her like a teacher. I would look at her like a friend. I hope one day and I made my goal. That I'll have that same passion for it ever since I had Miss Puglisi. She has been a big role model with me because of the way she is. And if I can speak for all of my classmates, I would say that she has been a big part of my lives. I believe that because of all her great work, she deserves all of the recognitions. Her best teacher. She's like a piece of gold. Right up fine, but very worthy.
Thank you, Debani. Here to introduce Tsunade Roberts is Philmon Cassette, 10th grader.
According to the National Center for Children in Poverty, 21% of all children in the United States live in families below the federal poverty threshold line. Many times, these children don't have access to food, shelter, and education. Without the proper environment to learn, these children are at a disadvantage in school to learn, and most times teachers are left with the daunting task of helping them excel while also helping them emotionally, financially, and socially. Ms. Roberts works tirelessly for her students, whether she is supervising several clubs, traveling abroad with students to expose them to new opportunities, beautifying our school, or even making herself available just to listen to our career dreams. Ms. Roberts is a teacher who pushes her students to the academic greatness and is a compassionate human being. I remember during my 9th grade year with Ms. Roberts how she talked about making sure we needed to eat a healthy breakfast. She always was talking about making sure to come to school early, or to eat, or just to fill our bodies with good food. Many times students will go without breakfast and only eat junk food, such as chips or sugary drinks. This led her to stocking apples in a basket, which were delicious by the way, and students could feel free to take an apple if they were hungry. Nobody felt bad if they needed to get an apple. There was a reminder on the basket that states, Cheetos are not a food group. Her door was always open, and even upperclassmen took advantage of those apples. Ms. Roberts is always pushing her students academically by assigning challenging projects and assignments that force us to develop 21st century skills needed for the workforce. I remember one example of how we had a roller coaster project toward the end of the year and how we chose partners for this project. The workload was extremely stressful, and it forced me and my partners to better manage our time and make sure we completed certain parts by the deadlines. It also showed us how to communicate effectively as a team to make sure we had the task completed. All the while, we were also learning about physical science concepts like Newton's laws, speed and acceleration, and kinetic energy. While there were moments during the project that I was ready to quit and give up, I still kept going, and now I've realized how beneficial that project was to my overall mindset. This project forced me and other students that completing worksheets isn't what solves modern-day problems and tasks that the workforce demands. Instead, it is 21st century skills that are needed, such as to communicate well, effectively reach target dates, and be able to persevere and keep trying no matter the circumstances. And she even had us punch in with a time clock and lease office space as junior engineers, which was kind of tad hassle, but helped me understand the workforce though. To our engineering design challenge. These skills that Ms. Roberts taught us through this project are vital for successful people in the field. As the movie character Rocky Balboa said, it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. She teaches us to persist and not to give up. Thank you.
Thank you, Philmon. Here to introduce Uriah Sampson is Gabriella Keebler, a 2018 graduate of Titusville High School.
Good morning again. I'm Gabriella Keebler, a 2018 graduate of Titusville High School, and am currently a freshman at Edinburgh University. And it is my privilege and honor to announce Mr. Uriah Sampson as one of the Teacher of the Year finalists. As an art teacher, he encourages boundless creativity. There was never a project that wouldn't help a student, that he wouldn't help a student with, from 3D ceiling tiles to full-size murals. The possibilities were endless. However, what truly sets Mr. Sampson apart is that he not only inspired and motivated the growth of my art skills, but he has inspired me to live with kindness, dedication, and patience. His dedication and patience can be seen in all of the activities he assisted with throughout the high school. Whether he was building sets for musicals, helping students to create stunning homecoming floats, organizing the yearbook, coaching baseball, leading student senate, or using his professional photography equipment to photograph school clubs and sports, he did it all with a smile on his face. His laugh is infectious, you really have to hear it. And he exudes positivity while promoting a safe and accepting environment for all students. He made every student recognize their individuality and encouraged me not to compare myself to others, but embrace my unique style. As I continue to transition to college as a graphic design student, I take inspiration from Mr. Sampson's teachings, but also the morals of kindness, dedication, and patience he's instilled in all of his students. So again, it's been a great privilege and honor to present my favorite teacher and friend, Mr. Uriah Sampson.
Thank you, Gabriella. Here to introduce Maria Vita is Grace Rhine, sophomore at Millersville University.
Every student thinks that they have the best teacher in the world. I got lucky because I really did. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grace, and today I have the honor of representing my teacher, my role model, and my hero, Miss Maria Vita. I took advanced placement psychology with Miss Vita in my junior year at Penn Manor High School, and then went on to Harvard for independent study in my senior year as well. As I was writing this speech, I was trying to reflect on one particular moment that to show why Miss Vita was such an amazing teacher, but to be honest, I really struggled. The problem is that there are so many moments where Miss Vita went above and beyond what is needed and expected for her students. I think this shows not only in visible actions she takes, but in small ones that most students, faculty, and parents don't consider as well. Everybody at Penn Manor knew that she ran an extraordinary rat lab for her students every winter. However, not everybody knew how much work she put into making this happen. For example, she spent hours getting the cages in the classroom ready, not to mention the time she spent every weekend to hold extra hours for her students to have classroom time with their rats. And when we had snow days, she would still make her way into school to take care of the rats despite the harsh weather. In addition, as we were in our final months of AP test preparation, Ms. Vita would schedule optional study sessions before school, after school, and every weekend. I spent the morning of the 2017 AP test, 1 year after my own test, in Ms. Vita's classroom as she was preparing for her anxious but well-prepared students to arrive. I watched her test every desk to make sure none made noise. She changed the batteries in every clock and ensured that each one was set correctly. She had snacks ready for every student, even the ones with food allergies. There is no doubt that Ms. Vita has inspired me in both a professional and a personal sense. She has guided me into a college career studying both psychology and education, and she inspires me to treat everybody with the same respect and patience as she does. Ms. Vita, on behalf of all of your students and all of your students to come, thank you for your dedication, thank you for your kindness, and thank you for your willingness to go above and beyond. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Grace. Here to introduce Brian Wargo is Cole Scoose, 11th grade student.
My name is Cole Skews. I've been
Thank you, Cole. How about another round of applause for our finalists and our presenters? And we're fortunate enough here today on the stage with us is also the Pennsylvania Secretary of Education, Pedro Rivera. And I'm going to ask Secretary Rivera to come to the podium. I have a special envelope for him with a certain winner inside.
So I'm sure there's lots of suspense to hear who this year's 2019 Teacher of the Year is. We're going to have to continue with that suspense. We're going to make this announcement during lunch. Oh, so just a few more minutes, but let's give everyone another round of applause. I mean, amazing. So please join us for lunch, and please take a moment to share with our students how amazing they were in presenting and sharing their stories. It makes us all proud to be educators and to serve students like you. So thank you.
All right, great. We'll see you all at lunch.
Okay, we're going to get started here with an exciting part of today's program. So first of all, hope everyone enjoyed your lunch. Let's give a big thank you to all of the servers, all of those that prepared the meal for taking such good care of us today. Thank you. Really appreciate the hospitality and care that the folks treat us with while we're here. So I have the pleasure here of introducing our 2019 Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year finalists. After my introductions, one of these outstanding professionals behind me will be named our 2009 Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year. So I would ask, right now, what we'll do is we'll have everyone be seated if you can. And then I'm going to be getting you up here momentarily. But what we'll do is I'll call each Teacher of the Year by name. They'll stand, hold your applause until the end. We'll clap for the group, and then Secretary Rivera will come and he will announce our 2019 Teacher of the Year. So again, holding your applause to the end, from Freedom High School in the Bethlehem Area School District, we have Amber Chafulia. From M.M. Seiler Elementary School in the Penridge School District, we have Kenneth J. Herman. From Hazleton Township Early Learning Center in the Hazleton Area School District, we have Ann Delhanty Franzoso. From Spring Grove Area High School in the Spring Grove Area School District, we have Brian Hastings. From Clarkwood Elementary School in the Northern Tioga School District, we have Wade M. Owlett. From Bellefonte Area High School in the Bellefonte Area School District, we have Mikan D. Poorman. From Abington Heights High School in the Abington Heights School District, we have Marilyn P. Pryal. From the Andrew Jackson Elementary School in the School District of Philadelphia, we have Jada Puglisi. From Harrisburg High School Sci-Tech Campus in the Harrisburg School District, Tsunade J. Roberts. From Titusville High School and Titusville Area School District, Uriah J. Sampson. From Penn Manor High School in the Penn Manor School District, Maria C. Vida. From Freedom Area High School in the Freedom Area School District, Brian M. Wargo. And that should be our entire group. Let's give a warm round of applause to these exceptional educators. And we'll now invite Secretary Rivera up to announce our winner.
So let's pick up the energy a little bit. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So one of the things, if you've not had the distinct pleasure and honor to participate as our honorees are being introduced and the short stories being shared by their student, it's an absolutely amazing experience. And I always like to kind of sit to the side and listen and just really take in all of the stories and the information that they're being shared about an amazing group of teachers. And I try to take a few notes. And it helps me just in a number of ways. One, it helps me learn more about the amazing educators that represent the Commonwealth, across the full Commonwealth. Secondly, it really allows me an opportunity to appreciate our students, because they do an out-of-this-world job, just speaking from the heart and sharing their classroom and their learning experiences. Lastly, probably most importantly, by sitting down and taking notes, it keeps me from crying. Hearing all these stories. One of the things, they've gotten really smart to give you a pack of tissue paper as you sit down, because these, the stories are just so, heart-pulling and just, so amazing, and as you hear about some of the selflessness of our educators. And today, I learned that teachers really inspire others, and students specifically, that, come into their classrooms feeling like they didn't have to try hard, but their teacher challenged their thinking. The teachers made learning interesting. Teachers told corny jokes that they liked to hear. Teachers were not only a role model, they were a life model. Teachers had the growth mindset. I heard that some students felt like in school, they felt like a robot, and then they met their teacher. They weren't afraid to show that school was a place for laughter. I heard that there's a teacher that provoked a class revolt to fight for freedom. I heard a great teacher inspires. I heard that teachers help students not only learn, but to remember. There's a teacher up here that student not only calls their teacher, but calls their friend. I learned that students' path didn't just make itself. Teacher had a big part to play in establishing that path. Made material easier than it is. Faith in the work of his students made this kid believe. Appreciated for all the little lessons as well as the big lessons. Dedicated spare time to teach refugees. Extract profound meaning out of a few short sentences. Didn't look at her as a teacher, took a look at her as my friend. I hope one day to have that passion. Making sure we ate a healthy breakfast, because Cheetos are not a food group. Tying reading to 21st century skills. Teachers with boundless creativity. And he did it all with a smile on his face. Inspired me not to compare myself to others. I got lucky because I really do get to be part of this classroom. Came in on snow days to feed the rats. Had a snack for every student. And more than one ended with saying, "Thank you for being an excellent teacher. Thank you for being my friend." So today I get to celebrate and announce our 2019 Teacher of the Year, but know that just in a few short hours, I continue to be motivated, invigorated, and inspired to be the best secretary I can be, because we represent the best teachers there are in the Commonwealth. So please join me again in giving them a big round of applause. All right. Though it's pretty quiet in the room today, huh? The 2019 Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year is Marilyn Pryle, English teacher at Abington Heights High School in Abington Heights School District. Marilyn?
On behalf of the 11 other amazing finalists that I've gotten to know over the past day, and on behalf of all the teachers of Pennsylvania who work so hard day after day to educate and nurture their students, most of whom right this minute are in their classrooms teaching, on behalf of all of us, I accept this wonderful honor. I want to thank the committee who organized this process, especially Michelle Switala and Angela Homan. Everyone was so professional and supportive, and I said this last night, we all agreed that going through this process made us better teachers, and for that I am grateful. I want to thank my students, past and present, at Abington Heights, and shout out to some of them because I know they're watching right now. Of course, I want to thank Fatia Naeem, my student speaker, for that beautiful introduction. Fatia, I'm so proud of you, and you just represent the best of Abington Heights. I was completely moved by all the introductions of the students that we heard today. All of you did such a beautiful job, and it's so hard to get up in front of people. You know, they sent an email saying to bring tissues, but I was completely unprepared for how emotional it would be. The students' words are a testament to the talent and dedication and professionalism of this year's finalists. Congratulations again to all of you, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this group. I want to thank my administrators, Mike Mahan and Andy Snyder. When teachers are given the autonomy to do what they think is best in their own classrooms, great things happen, and I have been given that at Abington Heights, and I am grateful for that. I want to thank Cindy Rowe, who's not here, my colleague and mentor who nominated me for this process. Thank you, Cindy, for seeing this potential in me. My parents, Ernest and Patricia Bogish, are here. You taught me to love learning early on, and when you love learning, you have a rich and full life ahead of you, and because of that, also I teach. Thank you. My sons, Gavin and Tiernan, are here. My son, Gavin, is actually in my sophomore English class, which is a fun adventure. But I'm so grateful for you boys, and you bring such joy to our life. And my husband, Tim. Tim, you make space for me to do the things that bring me joy. And that is one of the greatest acts of love one person can do for another, and I thank you for that. We've all heard that teaching is the profession that creates all other professions, and of course this is true. I'd like to go a step further than that. Teaching is the profession that creates the very character of our culture. Teaching is the profession that creates the fabric of our discourse as a nation. Teaching is the profession that creates the conscience of our democracy. Education is the key to all growth, not just in the knowledge of our world and its workings, but in ourselves, our deepest, most personal understanding of what it means to be a human being living among other human beings. As educators, we must never lose sight of this, that we are educating not just minds, but whole people. We are not mass-producing proficient test takers to be released into a factory-style workplace. We are nurturing human beings who will enter a world of jobs that haven't been invented yet and a world of problems that we can only glimpse at this present time. The qualities most needed for that world will be human ones. Qualities like curiosity, creativity, initiative, and empathy. We must make space for our students to be active thinkers and creators. We must make space for them to connect with each other and with their communities. We must make space for them to learn to understand whatever it is they perceive as the other. We must make space for them to find their authentic voices, and when they do, we must support them in their activism. It is true that the knowledge and skills we teach our children will shape our world, but it is more true that the creativity, curiosity, courage, and compassion we nurture in them will save our world. Thank you.
We have Jennifer Wall joining us, our 2018 Teacher of the Year, presenting the plaque and your trophy.
So this is one of the most moving, if not the most moving part of our entire SAS Institute. And again, let's give a warm round of applause to all of our nominees. So with that, please enjoy and make the most of the rest of your afternoon. Our next sessions begin at 1:45.